my opinion. I think the challenge is good for the league after all. I don't know.
Doc, great game for Montrezl Harrell. 28 points, 12 rebounds. Can you talk about his career night tonight?
Yeah, it was just great. They were trapping Paul and Lou all over the floor. And so that was Trez rolling down the paint, and he took advantage of it. It was good.
Tonight kind of just, a night when you can't get offense, a night to really have good to have Paul on your team.
Yeah, and it's good to have a good defense. We've been so spotty offensively, I feel like. Our numbers say we are good offensively. I say we are not so far. We're up and down. And, tonight was a great example is you can win a game with your defense until your offense catches up. And that's what happened tonight. That's happened 3 or 4 times already this year.
Doug, can you talk about Zubac's performance tonight?
Zoop's great as well. Listen, in a game where they're going to trap, our bigs should have big games. They decided to trap to try to take Paul out of the game and Lou. And, one of the things I thought we did pretty well, we trusted the bigs rolling down the middle, and we fed them. And so both Zoo and Trez, when you combine their numbers every game, it's amazing what we're getting out of that position.
Hey Doc, obviously Paul had that 3, but how did you see him navigate through a game like this and the times that he was going up against Chris?
The one thing, and I said this before the first game, when you miss a lot of games, you're usually sloppy with the ball. You just are. He's shooting the ball at an amazing clip. He still was 50% tonight. But the turnovers tonight, he had a lot of them. He had some misassignments. All that stuff will get better for him as the season goes on.
Doc, over to your left. Was there any hesitation on your part to call that last play for Paul? And this early in the season when you're still building that relationship with him, how important do you think it is for you to call that play for him?
Well, I just felt the play would get him open, and so with his size, I was looking at who can get a good shot off. And, with his size, they had a small on him. I really felt good in the timeout. I didn't know if he was going to make the shot. But I did feel like we were going to get him a good shot, and the fact that he made it was great for him and great for us, down the road.
With so many guys in and out of the lineup, we've kind of seen the short-term impact of you guys have dropped some games maybe you should have won, or some certain lineups have kind of played. You can kind of tell they're figuring it out, but you feel like long-term there's going to be a payoff where, come March, April, May, wherever you guys go, that these different lineups that maybe weren't going to play if everyone was healthy now kind of have that experience?
Yeah, I guess. I just think anytime anybody plays, it has to help them later, too. Terrence Mann is getting good minutes. Jerome's playing a little bit as well. Zoop's been fantastic. Obviously Trez putting Mo in. Today was the first time that I remember, we may have done it earlier, we had Paul George at the 4 at the end of the game. So all these different lineups will help. When everybody gets back, then you are literally doing another lineup when you think about it, and more different lineups. So the thing that I think we've done well here is we've built a versatile team. We can play many lineups, and that gives us a great advantage.
Doc, how well was it to have Pat Beverly back on the floor tonight? He hit a big 3 in the second half. Just his impact.
Yeah, and just his defensive impact and his intensity, was good. We need it.
Coach, I felt that in the first half, Chris Paul was kind of controlling the tempo and doing what he wanted to do. So there in the second half, how did you, throw off his rhythm a little bit and make him, play the style that you guys want him to play?
We wasn't just. I thought it was more us on our end, offensively. I thought that traps bothered us, got us out of rhythm, and that allowed them to control the tempo. But you're right, they had the tempo the entire first half. I just thought we moved the ball, we trusted the pass, we played faster in the second half.
Doc, kind of along the lines of what you were saying before about rotations, this was a team that had to find an identity with Kawhi and no Paul for 7 or so games. There's going to be 4 or 5 games where they didn't have either, a couple with PG. How are you going to navigate having to be different depending on your roster every night. Do you view that as a problem, kind of in the regular
No,
season?
because I don't think it'll be a problem. I think we'll have most of our guys most nights. We're just going through it right now. I think we will not have someone every once in a while, but it won't be a lot. In my opinion, I don't think it will be. We're just going through it right now, and thank goodness we were able to squeeze out some wins there.
Doc, how is it just to have Montrezl? Like, typically it's either Lou or Montrezl who give you guys the offensive impact.
Well, it's great when you have those two coming off the bench. If you get off to a great start, you can kind of like hold them in the bullpen. If you get off to a bad start, you can get them in early. It's a luxury, clearly, to have those two. And then when you think about our bench, when we get everyone back, at least one or two guys that have been starting and now coming off the bench as well. That'll make our bench even better, And I keep saying it, even though we haven't been able to have the bench unit yet. I think the bench should be better this year than even last year because of that.